Welcome to Street Sense, where I share with you uncommon wisdom tips to help you succeed in your finances, career, business, and relationships. My name is Talent Man. You can officially call me Maxwell Mensah. Today I'm sharing with you 7 types of people who cannot be entrepreneurs. 7 types of people who cannot be entrepreneurs. But before I get into it, I want to urge you, kindly subscribe to my channel if you are new here or if you're an old viewer. Like this video, leave a comment for me, and share my videos for more people to come and learn on my channel. So let's get into it. 7 types of people who cannot be entrepreneurs. Look, let me say this before I get into it. Entrepreneurship is not for everyone. Entrepreneurship is not for everyone. Not everyone can be entrepreneurs. Not everyone. Look, there are people who, even if you give them the best of ideas and give them the biggest amount of money ever in this world, within 1 year, 2 years, they will still fail. With the best ideas, with the most amount of money at their disposal, they will still fail because they are just not created to be entrepreneurs. They don't have what it takes to be entrepreneurs just because of their natural disposition or because of their own makeup or how they have decided to train themselves up from childhood. But there are people who, even with nothing, can start something and become big with it. And so there are people who can never be entrepreneurs. These are the 7 types of people who can never be entrepreneurs. 1, someone who fears taking risk. Someone who fears taking risk can never be an entrepreneur, because entrepreneurship is a risky game. It's a risky adventure you're going into. It's a venture you're going into with no sureties of success, with no sureties of big things. You are only hoping that per the ideas you have, per the research you have done, per your own commitment and hard work, per the money available to you, per the grace of God, things to go well for you. But you're not assured of anything. It is a risk you're taking. It is like jumping from a helicopter up in the sky and hoping that some way, somehow, when you get to a certain level and you press open your parachute, it will indeed open for you and you won't crash land. So entrepreneurs are people who love to take risks, and they don't fear taking risks. So if you are someone who is scared of taking risk, who fears taking risk, and even a very, very small risk you need to take at your home or in your neighborhood or your office, you fear taking small risk, then you can't be an entrepreneur, because entrepreneurship is a risky thing, and you have to be someone who is ready to take risk, no matter what kind of risk. Of course, not dangerous risks that are not well thought out. It should be risks that you have already sat down to plan, to see whether they are smart risks that you are taking before you take them. But if you're someone who fears taking risks, my guy, my lady, you can't be an entrepreneur, or you're not created to be an entrepreneur. 2nd, an indecisive person. If you're an indecisive person, you can't be an entrepreneur, because being an entrepreneur comes with being able to take decisions for yourself, studying your environment, studying 1 or 2 things, and then per the available information to you, you take decisions and you are ready to stand by your decisions. So if you're someone who is indecisive, who is never able to decide for yourself what to do for your own self, sometimes what to eat, what to wear, where to go to, which programs to go to, when there are maybe say 3 programs, which one to go to, you are so indecisive, you are always indecisive, and you always want other people to decide for you, then you probably can't be an entrepreneur. Next, someone who seeks acceptance and validation. Someone who seeks acceptance and validation. These are people who are just like the indecisive people, but sometimes they can decide, but before they implement their decisions, they want to gain acceptance of people. They want people to validate them that, hey, this guy is a very intelligent guy, he's a smart guy, this idea will work, this thing will go well for him. It is only when people accept what they're about to do and give them some validation that they believe in what they're about to do before they can do it. Such people, probably you're not made for entrepreneurship. You're not cut out to be an entrepreneur, because if you're going to be an entrepreneur, you should be ready to face rejection. Everyone should even reject you, but you should be ready to say, look, even though people are rejecting me or my idea, I still believe this idea is going to work, and I'm going to pursue it, so that one day those who said it was not going to work will look back and say, oh, indeed, this guy has come a very long way, even though we didn't believe in him. So if you're someone who seeks for acceptance and validation from people before going ahead to do things, you are not created for entrepreneurship. Next, if you are someone who wants instant gratification, you want instant gratification, you can't wait for 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 5 years to enjoy the fruit of your labor. You want to enjoy the fruit of your labor now. You want to start a venture, and within 6 weeks, within 2 months, you are already reaping the benefits and you are enjoying. Any small delay, you are not ready to have patience and wait for the result that will come in some years to come. If you are someone who wants instant gratification and you can't delay your enjoyment or the enjoyment of your fruits for later, then probably you're not made for entrepreneurship, because when you get any small gain, you would spend it here and now without taking into consideration how much that profit can be put into the business to bring even much more profit for you to enjoy later. So if you love instant gratification and you can't wait to delay your enjoyment for some years to come, then probably you're not made to be an entrepreneur. Next is a close-minded person. If you're a close-minded person, you can't be an entrepreneur, because if you want to be an entrepreneur, you need to be open-minded. You need to be someone who is so open-minded that you are ready to accept other people's ideas, other people's values, other people's opinions, even when you have your own opinion. But if you're someone who wants to say A and your A should be A, no one should even make any suggestions, no one should give you any other ideas or any other opinions that differ from your opinion, which is A, then you are not cut out for entrepreneurship. Because if you want to be an entrepreneur, you should be ready to accept other people's opinions, other people's views, and sometimes they may be contrary to your own ideas on something specific you want to do, but probably those ideas are the ones that could help you to become a better person in future. So if you're a close-minded person, entrepreneurship is not your thing. Next is someone who is pessimistic and negative-minded. Someone who is pessimistic and negative-minded. So you never see any good thing in anything. Everything you see is negativity. You see the negative in everything. No matter the ideas anyone has, no matter the brilliant ideas that even you yourself have, you see only the negative things about all the ideas, the reasons why something cannot work, the reason why this thing is not a good idea. You are so pessimistic that you never see a good or any good thing, anything at all. You are not cut out for entrepreneurship. Finally, if you are someone who loves your comfort zone and you fear change, or as for this one, you can't be an entrepreneur. You can't. If you love your comfort zone and you always want to operate in your comfort zone, you always want to be at a place where, hey, there's no change. This is what I've been doing for the past 10 years and I'm going to do it forever. This is what I've been doing for the past 15 years, I'm going to do it forever. I won't change my ideas, I won't change the way I do things, I won't change my opinions. Hey, my dear, you may not be cut out for entrepreneurship, because if you want to be an entrepreneur, you should be ready to move out of your comfort zone. Yes, of course, you must start a business around your comfort zone, something you love doing. But it gets to a point where you must move out of your comfort zone and do more challenging things that will challenge you beyond your comfort zone. And you must be ready for change. I've been doing it for the past 5 years. It has worked for me, but I think that to go to the next level, I need to change and scrap all this and start something new. You must be ready for change. So if you're someone who is so pessimistic and you love operating in your comfort zone and you fear change, probably you are not cut out for entrepreneurship. So these are the 7 types of people who cannot be entrepreneurs. But see, the crux of the matter is this: there are people who cannot be entrepreneurs, and not everyone can be an entrepreneur, as you may already be aware of. Not everyone can be an entrepreneur. Not everyone can be an entrepreneur. So before you go into entrepreneurship, assess yourself, ask yourself questions, sit down and really study yourself, find out who you really are. Are you someone who is averse to all the things I've mentioned? Are you someone who is ready to take risks, who can move out of your comfort zone, who is positive-minded, who is open-minded? Are you someone who believes in taking risks and you are ready to go all out there? If yes, then entrepreneurship is for you. If not, then you can't be an entrepreneur. So thank you so much for watching this episode of Street Sense with me, Talent Man. If you are yet to subscribe, kindly subscribe now, and I will see you on the next episode.